Traditional and unceded territory of the Snuneymuxw people, and we welcome all of you this morning to our Sunday service. Are we ready to sing? Mm-hmm. Then let's do it. Welcome to Unity.
Welcome to Unity. Welcome to Unity. Welcome to Unity. Welcome. Join us in singing. Join us in prayer. Join us in touching hearts of people everywhere. Welcome to Unity. Welcome to Unity. Welcome to Unity. Welcome. Swing wide. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
Awesome. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, James. And thank you, Kyle and Leslie, doing our technicalities, our technology stuff in the back. Good morning and welcome all. Please join me now and swing wide, our hearts open, let in the light, and also let your light shine. Today is a beautiful day to step forward and allow your light to shine and allow all the light that is available to come in to your heart and warm you up. And with gratitude, we say thank you for this opportunity to be together. And so it is. Please join me in our foundation statement. There is only one presence and one power, active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotence. And the vision for Unity Worldwide Ministries is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And now some announcements. So we have begun our spirit groups, and there's still availability to join up. So please embrace your shadow, release your light with Margaret and Dawn. That's on Thursdays from 4 p.m. on Zoom. And please sign up. The date is yet to be announced. I think there's a minimum that they're looking for. I'm not sure what that is. They're looking for 4 more people to join in. So this is a huge...
Email address is
donthecoach@rogers.com or margaretinbc@gmail.com, and just looking for 4 more people to sign up, and they can get that course underway. The Power of Radical Self-Love with Shea Love and Leslie DeShooter, that begins Friday, February 5th from 4 to 6 p.m., and that'll be on Zoom, and you can sign up at shea@gmail.com or leslie.deshooter@gmail.com.
Sisters.
And what is Unity Workshops? The Unity's 5 basic principles that begins Tuesday, January 26th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Pre-registration required, and you can do that at lutrep.unitycanada@gmail.com. And Sunday mornings, when you can't go out, then go in with Don or Margaret. They do a Sunday morning meditation at 10 a.m. for 15 minutes before service. Then you can slip away, grab a coffee or morning beverage, some breakfast, whatever it is that you like, and then come back for our service beginning at 10:30. And then Monday to Saturday at 9 a.m., also live on our Unity Facebook page, you can join Reverend Patricia for a morning meditation and wake up. And if you're looking for some support right now, or if you're feeling that you need some prayer support, if that would be helpful, email your phone number to unitynanaimoprayer@gmail.com, and one of our trained prayer guides will call and be with you in prayer. And now it's time for today's daily word. Today's daily word is dream. I turn my dreams into reality. Okay, say that with me at home. I turn my dreams into reality. All right. Some of the most audacious, bold, history-making events began as dreams, born in the imaginations of those who understood the promise and potential of humanity and worked to realize their vision. Even if my dreams do not change the world, they have the power to change my life. Today, I remember those whose dreams were fueled by their hard work, faith, and determination. I look to their example when my dreams feel far away and I'm running low on hope. I rekindle my dreams through my imagination, which keeps them vivid. My strength helps me remain committed to their realization, and my zeal renews my enthusiasm to work toward creating the life and the world of my dreams. And from Scripture, your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. Joel 2:28. And please join me now for the blessing for our center. Unity Spiritual Center of Nanaimo is a growing, unfolding, expanding center of light and love, mighty to attract its good and radiate good to others.
Think light in the face of darkness. Think faith when you're lost at sea. Think good, for there's no evil in the world, lest you think there ought to be. When you rule your mind, you rule your world. Think light, think faith, think good. Think high when you're feeling low down. Think free when you want to fly. Think big if you want to grow up in the world, unless you think you'll never try. When you rule your mind, you rule your world. Think high, think free, think big. Think life full of vim and vigor. Think truth, let the Spirit flow. Think love, and there will be love in all the world, unless you think you'll never know. When you rule your mind, you rule your world. Think life, think truth, think love. Think!
And there was wild applause. Thank you, Ken. And thank you, James. Whoops. Hang on just a minute. And thank you, Ken, and thank you, Thomas, for getting us a little bit warmed up, because this morning Spirit kept telling me to do something that the ego part of me doesn't really want to do, but Spirit says do it anyway. A couple of years ago, we're talking about the 12 powers a lot this month, and a couple of years ago I wrote a rap song around the 12 powers. Y'all remember that? And when you were all here and did the chorus with me, it was way cool. And now I need you to do the chorus with me at home, and I need these 6 people who are Thomas's house warmed all up to get in here with me, so I have some. So the chorus.
We'll do it.
Oh, they'll do it. Good. So the chorus goes. I got the power in me, you got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too, right? You ready? Yeah. We start with that. I got the power in me, you got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of faith, that helps me to see all the things that aren't yet reality. I got the power in me, you got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of strength, that helps me to stay even when it seems something's in my way. I got the power in me, you got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of wisdom, that's a kind of smart, but it's so much better when it comes from the heart. I got the power in me, you got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of love, it's good for every case, it's the way to bring peace to the human race. I got the power in me, you got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of power, the power I find to create my world with my power of mind. I got the power in me, you got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of imagination, I can see it, I can believe it, I can achieve it. Yes. I got the power in me, I got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of understanding. I hear you, I see you, I know you. Yes. I got the power in me, you got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of will, I can never lose when I exercise my power to choose. I got the power in me, you got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of order, it's the perfect time, it's the perfect place for every dream of mine. I got the power in me, you got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of zeal, I'm strong and free and live my life enthusiastically. I got the power in me, I got the power in you, all the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of elimination. I let it all go. I am free from the past, and it is so. I got the power in me, you got the power in you. All the people in the world got the power there too. I got the power of life. Life is what I am. I am alive. I am. I am. I am. I got the power in me, you got the power in you. All the people in the world got the power there too. Thank you. So, powers. We have 12 powers. And as Thomas mentioned last week, the power of the month of January is faith. Now, in our culture, when people hear the word faith, there's a tendency to default to assume that means a faith in a Christian God. But of course, there are many other faith paths that have faith in something, and many people have rejected that narrative altogether. But in fact, we do all have faith. Faith in something, in many things. You know, we have faith that the traffic light turns green and it's safe to go. We have faith that the other drivers on the road are competent. We have faith that the bus will be along in a few minutes. We have faith that when we get home, our house will still be there. We have faith that we'll have something on the table for dinner. I have faith in a power that is greater than I am. I really don't know quite what that power is, but I know that it is. I have faith in that. I have faith that there's more to life than this physical, earthly existence. I don't know what it is, but I know that it is. Faith, the substance of things unseen. Charles Fillmore taught that substance is the spiritual equivalent of form, or the spiritual forerunner of form. And it's our faith that converts that substance, that potential, into form. Emily Cady was one of the early teachers of Unity, and she wrote quite a treatise on faith. I'd like to read some of it to you. The word faith is one that has generally been thought to denote a simple form of belief based mostly on ignorance and superstition. It is a word that has drawn forth something akin to scorn from so-called thinking people, the people who have believed that intellectual attainment is the highest form of knowledge to be reached. Blind faith, they have disdainfully chosen to call it, fit only for ministers, women, and children, but not a practical thing on which to establish the everyday business affairs of life. As a minister, I kind of resent that, but anyway. So some have prided themselves, she says, on having outgrown the swaddling clothes of this blind, unreasoning faith, and having grown to the point, as they say, where they have faith only in that which can be seen or intellectually explained. Well, I don't know about you, but I've experienced a few things that can't be intellectually explained. She goes on, the writer of the Epistle to the Hebrews, obviously a most intellectual man and a learned theologian, before writing at length on the nature of faith and the marvelous results attending to it, tried to put into a few words a condensed definition of faith, which is as follows. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. In other words, faith takes right hold of the substance of the things desired and brings into the world of evidence the things that before were not seen. Things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. That is, things that are visible are not made out of visible things, but invisible things. I talked a couple of weeks ago about how the fact that everything material began as an idea in somebody's mind. So Cady goes on, in some way then, we understand that whatever we want is in this surrounding invisible substance, and life is the power that can bring it out into actuality to us. So substance is the forerunner of form. Substance is not a synonym for material, as we tend to think, but it's the potential that can be formed. Spiritual substance is the potential that can be poured into form. So faith is looking at things in a positive way. And no matter what the situation is, we have many choices how we think about things and how we act. And the way we see things is determined by the filter through which we are looking. We all have filters. We inherited one when we were born. We inherited one from our families, and they inherited from their family and from the culture. And we're provided with filters by our education system, by our governments, by our religions, by our political affiliations. So many filters are handed to us, and we get to choose which ones we look through. Now, the filter that I inherited was something like this. It's a hard, cruel, and potentially dangerous world out there. People are selfish and greedy and out to get me. And if I want a good life, I will have to struggle and fight for it because there's not enough to go around. I grew up pretty much with that. Now, after 40 years in New Thought, my filter is more like this. This is a loving and abundant universe in which everything is connected. I will always be provided for, therefore I can share abundantly. People are inherently good. I find love and joy through service. Big change in filter, right? And it hugely changes what I experience as a result. So we can see such a good example in the recent incident in the US, where totally different filters applied to the same experiences create entirely different realities. To some people, a renegade mob committed an act of domestic terrorism. To others, it was a revolution, a courageous act of brave heroes rescuing their beloved country from socialist corruption. Totally different realities, but both absolutely true to the proponents and consistent with their filters. Speaking of filters, I received a letter this week from the child whose education in the Philippines I sponsor, and it struck me how different her filter is from North American children, and probably her whole culture's filter from ours. If you'll bear with me, I'm going to read you that letter. Dear sponsor, a pleasant day to you and your family, my dearest sponsor. How are you now at the moment in your country? Here in our place, we are fine despite the pandemic. I hope you're also fine, my dear. Here in our province, most especially that we are living in the barrio where lots of trees and natural landscape were sited in here, we are now experiencing a cold weather. We wear jackets, especially during the morning, so that we can able to diminish the coldness that feel. As a remedy, we also drink our native coffee, which is the Barako, our local term for our native coffee. This is the best time to drink this coffee. This coffee is natural and no additives or any chemical substances added to it. So I would try recommending it to you, my dear. About my schooling, I am doing great, even though modular learning is far different from traditional learning. It is a big adjustment to me, most especially during the bolt of the virus. Despite the hardship on how to adjust with the new ambience, I'm still able to face the situation with a firm and positive mindset. During this pandemic, I learned that being resourceful, thrifty, and having a sense of responsibility are the three most important elements sold to our education. By having this kind of characteristic, success will follow. During the second week of November, a strong typhoon hit our country, and still our neighbor province, which is the Cagayan Valley. This typhoon causes severe damage to the said area. High level of floods were around the province that made the people suffer from hunger, thirst, and a few deaths. Massive destruction were happened as the flood occurs, such as our destruction of houses and establishment, and many more. They suffered from this flood for almost 3 to 4 days. As we heard this news, it gave us pain and sorrow as they asked for help. So I and my family offer them a prayer because that is all we could do at that moment. The IAT also projected a donation drive, so I and my family packed our unused clothes and give it to the IAT so that they are the one who will deliver it to those who are affected, at least. At least in that small donation, we find a ways to help them. This tragedy made me realize that we really need to save our Mother Earth for her to save us. Planting more trees is very necessary in this generation to avoid flood and for the next generation to adopt. Not only planting tree, but also applying the 3 R's to preserve our Mother Nature. Inside my family, this pandemic made us more intimate and closer to each other. I can say that the situation we are in right now is hard, but as long as we are with our family, then good things and harmony will never disappear. So I learned that family is nothing comparing of any matters in the world. It is the best present or gift come from above. Till here, my dearest sponsor, thank you for your continued support to my studies. More blessings and Godspeed. Your sponsored girl, Sherry Jane Aguayo. Sherry Jane is 9 years old.
She wrote that?
She is 9 years old, and English is not her first language. So there's a filter. The filters that our children grow up with will determine the future of our world. I think we all need to be looking at our own filters and the filters that we're gifting to our children. So, of course, the way to change our experience is to change our filter, change it to a cleaner and better one, hopefully. So often our life is not determined by where we are going, but where we're coming from. We're coming from those filters all the time. And we can find these examples around us, some hugely significant and some just incidental. For example, there was a pastor, a painter, and a cowboy standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon. And the painter said, "Oh, I have to paint this picture." The pastor said, "Glory be, look what the Lord has made." And the cowboy said, "Sure would hate to lose a cow down there." So what filter are you looking at life through? Everything can be looked at in many, many ways. And the way you look at it makes it real for you. You are creating your own reality all the time. And we create a common reality too with our cultural filters. Remember Reverend Trudy? She said, "What is reality anyway? Nothing but a collective hunch." And then she goes on, "I made some studies, and reality is the leading cause of stress amongst those in touch with it." So what's your reality? You're creating it all the time. Jimmy Johnson was the coach of the Dallas Cowboys in a year when they were not doing well at all. They were losing, had a big, long losing streak. And they had low morale and just couldn't foresee things picking up. So Jimmy Johnson brought in a long plank and he put it on the floor, and the plank was 4 inches wide, just exactly the width of a balance beam that you see in gymnastics. And he had his team all walk along this balance. You know, they're athletes, they're good, they just pranced along that, no problem at all. But he said, if I raise this 4-inch beam plank up, say 10 stories between 2 buildings, or even, 4 feet where a balance beam is, most of you are going to fall off because you're not going to be focusing on where you're going and on your destination. You're going to be focusing on your fear of falling. And so that demonstration is where our focus leads us. He said, don't focus on the crowds, on the record, on losing. Focus on this is just another good practice game. And they won the next game 52-17. So that works. Faith and focus. Where do you place your focus? Only on the visible? Only on the things you can see? Or can you place your focus on things not yet seen? Can you train yourself to see through the circumstances to the truth? That's what our prayer guides do when they pray with you. They're trained to see through the circumstances, through what's troubling you right now, through what's appearing to be true for you right now, to the real truth of who you are. There was a king who had a contest for a prize for the person who could paint the most beautiful picture of peace. And there were many entries, and the one everybody thought should win was a beautiful lake, so still that the trees all around it and the mountains in the background and the clouds in the sky were perfectly reflected in this lake. And everybody says, what better example of peace can you find? But the king didn't choose that one. He chose a picture that had mountains in it, but they were rugged mountains, had clouds in the sky, and they were rain storm clouds. And there was a waterfall tumbling wildly down the mountainside. And it looked very busy and angry and not peaceful at all. But hidden in behind the waterfall, coming through a crack in the rocks, a little shrub had grown. And sitting on that shrub, a mother bird on her nest in perfect peace. So that's the peace that we look for. When all around us, there's turmoil and trouble and circumstances and experiences. But within us, in the heart of us, in the truth of us, we can create that peace. When we have faith, we can create peace. We can find it any time and any place. There was a wise monk who once said, "You don't calm the ocean by holding the water and not letting it move. What is necessary is to stop the wind. The wind is made of your thoughts, desires, and fears. Don't let them rule your life. Learn to control them by controlling your attention, and the ocean of your mind becomes calm." To have faith is to trust yourself to the water. When you swim, you don't clutch at the water, do you? You relax and float. Because if you're trying and clutching too much, you're going to sink and drown. So faith, surrender to the water. You know the water will support you. Faith, surrender to life. You know that life will provide. And faith is not rejecting the scientific method and the intellect. Faith is knowing that whatever that vast intelligence is that created our intellects, that created the scientific method, whatever that vast intelligence is that supersedes all of that, That's where we place our faith. I know that the scientific method is at work in our world. My intellect is at work within me. And there's something more. There's faith. There's knowing that all is well. Faith is, to quote Desiderata, you remember that? Faith is knowing that I am a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. I have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to me, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. So, keep changing the filter and keep the faith. And so it is. Namaste. Okay.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel his mighty power and her grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel his mighty power and her grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Reverend Patricia. Love that letter. And thank you all for joining us today and being with us. To continue to support Unity of Nanaimo, you can send your donations to donations@unitynanaimo.org, or you can speak to Cindy in our office, give her a shout, and talk about automatic transfers. And again, we thank you for your continued support and the work that we're able to continue to do here because of all of you. So thank you. And for this offering, today I expect every good thing to come to me, for I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my affairs.
I send my love over the mountain. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heaven, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountain. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heaven, and it returns
Now join us for our prayer for protection. The light that is God surrounds me. I am one with the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am one with the love. The power that is God protects me. I am one with the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am one with the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well, and so it is. Amen. And join us for our peace song.